Alright, what is up everyone? This is going to be my patch 13.6 jungle tier list, and I'm just going to be doing it live with you guys, and we're just going to be using law analytics as like our point of view for finding champions and knowing the win rates and stuff. So right away, I've been playing it in challenger games, so I have a pretty good opinion, but this tier list is going to be good for, like every elo, not just high elo. It's going to be good in every bracket. And for the very beginning, let's just start with the most broken champions in the game right now. Mr. Jarvan the fourth, obviously we just have to put him up there, followed up by Wukong. And I personally think Lee Sin is giga broken. I think if he's ever higher than 50% win rate, this champion is just not balanced. I don't think this champion should ever have a high like 50% win rate. He should always be below 50. And that's why I think he's really broken. Because of how high skilled he is, this champion just naturally should not have a 50% win rate. And for overall stats, I think 80 junglers are just performing really well. The reason why these junglers are the best is because they offer a lot of team fighting, utility, good early game, and also frontline. Why is this important, you ask? Because it is a bot lane meta. AD carries are the most broken class in the game. They literally do everything. They kill people fast, they kill people even faster. You have to watch out for AD carries. They control the game tempo. It's a better bot that wins. That's just how solo queue is right now. So you just have to watch out for that kind of stuff. And also, moving on for the next tier, we're gonna have a bit of AP junglers thrown in here. Personally, I think Gragas is actually very strong. I think he's S tier. I think he is the best AP option in the current situations when you have solo AP. Also think Blue Cane is really broken, but that is the Blue Cane, so you just know red. Red is really bad. I think Echo is actually really OP if you know how to play him. I mean, these are like the generally high pick win rate percentage champions that I personally think are just very good. And then generally you have some AP junglers followed up in that category. Evelyn as well in one pick. Evelyn as well, I think, is very OP. I think she's very strong. She does everything as a very broken champion. Very annoying to play against, very annoying, very strong. But I don't know if she's as broken. I think she's very inflated by one trick, so it's hard to give a super good opinion. Rengar, he's very high tier, but I don't think he's that broken as much. I think he's good in the right hands as a jungler, so you're able to snowball off that and just know how to gank well. You can definitely, win a lot of games as the Rengar pick. And this is where the category kind of drops off a lot more. This is where you're going to have a lot of junglers in the A tier category, like Udyr. He's a well-rounded pick. He just offers a lot of frontline. He brings a lot of damage, and he's just a good team fighting champion with, a strong AD carry behind him. You have other picks as well. I think Zach is pretty decent in the right hands. Zach is just a great pick. I don't think he's that of much of a problem. I haven't really seen him as much, but I do think Zach is quite the animal of a champion. Also, Vi, I've had the bad opinion of Vi before, but I do want to bring up Vi. I think Vi is actually great. I think she's a great champion. And I think she's definitely in the right hands when you know what you're doing. I think Radiant Virtue and Solo Q is kind of a trash build, but going Divine Sunder with Cleaver or Cleaver into Divine Sunder, I think is very broken on the Vi pick. So I'm very big on that. Viego, I actually think is kind of trash, but he's okay enough where you could play him. I just think he's way too squishy and you have to go crit to make him work. And he's not worth the problem of being a Viego. Hecarim is low-key super broken, by the way. I don't know why this champion's allowed to have a gazillion damage and also just one-shot people from a mile away with how fast he can run. I've had problems with him. I think he's actually broken. Maybe people are going to disagree with me rating him so high, but I think he's also very easy to play, so I think he's a very strong champion in that regard. Diana, I think she's mediocre at best as an AP jungle. I think she doesn't bring enough to influence lanes as much as other junglers, and I think a lot about jungling is being able to influence lanes. Karthus, definitely not bad. Maybe even better than Diana, I would put him. Win rate wise, though, I don't think Karthus performs super well. He's definitely a decent pick, a solid 50%, but I don't think that much of the Karthus pick. Actually, let's put her with Diana. Kindred, can't believe I forgot about her. Decent pick, A plus category. Rek'sai, also going to be in the A tier list. I think a lot of these picks are going to be in the A tier. I think these are just like your well-rounded jungle picks. So Nocturne as well. Nocturne, I personally think Nocturne is S tier. I think he's very OP. I think he's easy to play, and if you try an Inori's build, Eclipse into Cleaver on him with Lethal Temple, it's just so free LP. And he's definitely easy to play too, so he's not the most difficult to pull out. So he's a great pick. Bell, B tier, just okay category. And Graves, I think he's not that great. Graves is like hard to make work. I just don't think he's worth the effort. He doesn't bring enough into ganks. Power farming off minions was like his little cheese where you could split push and just get a bunch of lane farm. And that would be your kind of ability to snowball off that. But after the patches, you're not really able to do that anymore. So it just isn't an option for Graves to just get super ahead without influencing, lanes that much. So not the best pick at all. Lilia also just like okay pick. Elise has definitely fallen off pretty hard. I think Elise very bad. I wouldn't recommend her unless you were like high low pick. She's definitely a bait pick. Maokai is a much easier pick that you can definitely just make work in solo queue. Because in this meta we talk about like 80 carry is so broken. Your champion, if it's not super broken to carry by itself off of like just pure damage, you need to be able to bring a lot in team fights. That's what at least I personally think would probably lack, not having that utility to back up. The new Mundo Jungle, I don't know if I think he's kind of trash. I don't think the buffs actually made him that much better. He might need way more better stats to be a real jungler, but otherwise definitely don't give that a try. Also, Milo, people have been asking me, can Milo jungle? No, do not play Milo jungle for the love of God. And another champion, for the love of God, do not play Nasus jungle. I've seen too many people try to pick this. Just stop. It's hurting me. Whenever you pick that champion, it just hurts my soul. Amumu also a decent pick, and I mean those are like the most basic champions I want to add to tier list. I'll throw in Shaco. I think Shaco's okay too. I mean, that's gonna be my tier list. Actually, these champions are all decent. Like A and above, I think are just very strong in the current meta. If you want to pick one of these, you're gonna have a good time playing solo queue. I recommend Nocturne or Hecarim as like AD options. Very simple, very strong champions. Vi also very good as an option. So these are like my picks. I think it's the 80 carry meta. Definitely focus around balling still. Even after the nerfs to balling, they are still very OP. So learn to play balling, learn to pick one of these jungle picks, and you're going to have a great time. If you finished the video, be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment if I forgot your champion. Bye-bye.